Before, Xianxia was full of confidence, thinking that he had already grasped the location of the Python demon race. However, now that he found out about this, he was very depressed. If he wanted to find the Python demon race's new nest, he could only ask the rock race or even catch another poisonous python demon. The poisonous python demoness were not easy to catch. They had concealed themselves well and rarely appeared in places with many people. Bai Peng girl had already taken out a few myriad Tao divine soilless and handed them over to Xianxia. After receiving it, Xianxia asked again, "Rock demon princess, then can you tell me where your python demon race's new nest is?" It was very obvious that Xianxia was going to look for Python demon race's new home with the aim of saving the White Rock girl's father. "I can't tell you. I've cancelled the bounty and don't want any more people to take the risk." Bai Peng Nu shook her head. "Please forgive me. S attitude is very obvious, so this matter shall end here. We will naturally be able to take care of the matters concerning Python demon race, so stop trying to be brave. You are just drooling over the fact that you are just someone who is coveting Rock Demon Princess. So it's like that. The other party's Rock Demon Princess has already given up. Why are you worrying so much? Isn't it because you have other intentions towards the Rock Demon Princess?" The young man beside Chang Shaoran sneered. "Humph. Someone like you wants to eat swan meat? Hurry up and get lost." Her voice was filled with displeasure as she said to the people behind her, "You're all being a bit polite. He just wanted to save my father. You're not allowed to say that to him. Humph. Don't you guys have any ill intentions towards the Rock Demon Princess?" Xianxia laughed coldly. "Rock Demon Princess is our friend. We don't have any other thoughts towards him. How can he be like you?" Chang Shaoran shouted in anger. "Really? You really don't have any ill intentions towards the Rock Demon Princess?" Xianxia laughed. His laughter was filled with contempt and disbelief. Chang Shaoran and the other young masters were truly angry. Rock Demon Princess only shook her head at Xianxia, signaling for him not to go against these young masters anymore. She seemed to be already used to this kind of thing. To be honest, Chang Shaoran and the other young masters did not have any ill intentions towards the Rock Demon Princess, and they definitely did not believe it. Chang Shaoran swear, I will never have any ill intentions towards anyone in Rock Demon Princess, Chang Shaoran said loudly. The other young masters also swore. Looks like you are all speaking the truth. I am relieved now. If you fellows have any ill intentions towards the Rock Demon Princess, then it is truly worrisome. Xianxia laughed. Everyone was shocked. There were actually people who dared to go against the few young masters of Aogu Holy City. Seeing how Chang Shaoran and the others looked as if they wanted to kill them, they could tell that the rage in their hearts was suppressed. Only the White Rock girl was here. If not, they would have already attacked. Everyone knew that when the White Rock girl was here, she would definitely not let these people make a move against Xianxia. The others still need to receive compensation, the White Peng girl said to Xianxia, hinting at him to quickly leave the place. Xianxia walked to the side and let the people behind him claim their compensation. He did not leave. He had steeled his heart to ask where Python Demon Race's new nest was. What's your name? How dare you be so arrogant? If you're a man, then tell me your name, Chang Shaoran said coldly. Oh? Do you want to seek revenge in the future? Xianxia asked. Humph. I knew you were a coward, relying on the protection of the Rock Demon Princess. That's why you dare to hoot at us. So you clearly want to show off in front of the Rock Demon Princess. Chang Shaoran laughed coldly. I am very clear about your thoughts. Unless you tell me your real name, let me see exactly who you are. You promised to go to Python Demon Race. You must have a certain level of strength. You should be someone. You don't have to hide your name. A man in green clothes beside Chang Shaoran said. I'm just a nobody. Even if I tell you my name, you guys might not have heard it. When the time comes, I will tell you my real name. Xianxia shook his head and laughed. Tell me. Chang Shaoran laughed heartily. It seems like you don't dare to use your real name. The purpose of Chang Shaoran and the others was very clear. They really wanted to know Xianxia's name and then find a chance to take revenge later on. Because there had never been such a small fry who dared to provoke them like this. My name is Xianxia. Have you heard of me? Xianxia sighed. Xianxia? Everyone was startled. especially those who came to collect compensation. They were all here from Man-Holy City. Although they did not personally witness the battle in the palace, they knew that the one who defeated the fifth prince was called Xianxia, who was the guest official of the crown prince. He was holding two very precious Tao creation holy stone in his hands. How could these noble young masters of the holy city not know about the matters of the human race? Especially Chang Shaoran and the others, they and the fifth prince's Ma Tianxiang all gathered together regularly. It was only because of the White Rock Girl's arrival in Ao Holy City during this period that they did not go to the palace to spectate the battle. And the others were extremely clear about the power of Ma Tianxiang, because among their group of young masters, Ma Tianxiang was one of the few who could step into the late stage of Aoshi Holy Stage. She really did not expect that the person in front of her was the mysterious guest warrior who had just defeated the Ma Tianxiang. Now, she finally understood why Chen Xiang would not be in a hurry to provoke Chang Shaoran and the other young masters. Furthermore, he was not afraid at all, because he himself already possessed very strong powers. This guy is Chen Xiang. I'm actually on the same boat as him. I didn't expect him to be so young. I even had a chat with him before. He's a very polite young man. It seems like he had just come out of closed-door training and did not know anything. He only found out about the Python demon race when he was chatting with us on the ship. No wonder he isn't afraid of Chang Shaoran and the others. Chang Shaoran's expression was extremely ugly. The person in front of him was definitely stronger than him, because back then, the fifth prince's Ma Tianxiang had accepted his loss wholeheartedly and directly admitted defeat. The most surprising thing was that Chen Xiang was only in the early stages of Aoshi Holy Stage. Young Master Shen, I have heard a lot about you. The White Rock Girl broke the silence and said softly. In front of Chen Xiang, even the White Rock Girl called herself a little girl. It could be seen that the White Rock Girl was very optimistic about Chen Xiang. After all, Chen Xiang was a young ranker, and strong people would always worship him. No need for formalities. I don't know if Rock Demon Princess can tell me about Python Demon Race's new nest. If I get lucky and succeed, I will also only ask for Aohun Holy Bead. Chen Xiang smiled slightly. The Aohun Holy Bead is very useful to me. Rock Demon Princess shook his head. Even though you can defeat Ma Tianxiang and have extraordinary strength, you still cannot find Python Demon Race. You are still young and your future is boundless. I cannot destroy you, and this is all for your own good. So stop being so stubborn. All right. How about you lend the Aohun Holy Bead to me for a few days? I am willing to pawn the Tao Creation Holy Stone in my hands. Chen Xiang said. He had the time domain, so using 3 stages would give him a lot of time. With the Aohun Holy Bead in my mother's hands, I can't decide whether or not I can lend it to you. The main reason is that Aohun Holy Bead are extremely precious and their value is much higher than the 2 Tao Creation Holy Stones. Rock Demon Princess's face revealed a troubled expression. Please understand. Chen Xiang laughed. It's fine. Just tell me where Python Demon Race's new nest is. Chang Shaoran snorted. You're not done yet. The Rock Demon Princess already said that he doesn't want you to die. This is for your own good. You are still bothering me. You do have some power, but it is not enough for you in front of Python Demon Race. If a strong ranker from the peak of Aoshi Holy Stage goes, it would be hard to say if you will make it back alive, let alone you. That's right. You think you're invincible under the heavens because you have some ability. Let's hurry up and go. He's a Rock Demon Princess. The few young masters mocked and ridiculed him, but they were not as arrogant as before. After all, Chen Xiang was stronger than them. Young man, forget it. Poisonous Python Demon is really powerful. You should have already seen it when you were on the boat. Right, we are on the same boat. You should know how scary Poisonous Python Demon is by now. Weird. You didn't seem to be on deck for the past few days. You dare to stay in this room by yourself. Are you not afraid of the Poisonous Python Demon? A few days after the appearance of Poisonous Python Demon, no one dared to stay in the room as they were afraid of being eaten by Poisonous Python Demon's sneak attack. To tell you the truth, I had to rest in my room for the past few days because my vitality was greatly damaged. Chen Xiang coughed a few times. I was attacked by the Poisonous Python Demon. When everyone heard this, They could not help but take in a breath of cold air. Poisonous python demon was actually still on the giant ship, and he even attacked people. The white rock girl also looked at Xianxia with an expression of disbelief. Young Master Shin, this is... really? How do you feel now? The poison in poisonous python demon is very strong. Bai Peng said anxiously. Chang Shaoran was also secretly surprised a moment ago, but now he sneered. Forget it. I heard that he was blindly hearing things and was attacked by the poisonous python demon, so he died a long time ago. It has already turned into poisonous blood. Chun Xiang, it's not right for you to lie to Rock Demon Princess. Look how much they care about you. Rock Demon Princess, don't listen to his nonsense. Chun Xiang said. I am not spouting nonsense. I fought with poisonous python demon, but he was quickly taken care of by me. But because of this, his vitality suffered a huge blow, and he had no choice but to rest inside his room. If you can take care of the poisonous python demon, I will give you a crystal emperor as a reward for your courage in killing the poisonous python demon, and eliminate all the harm for the people. Chang Shaoran sneered. The white Peng girl took in a light breath and said, Young Master Shun, if what you said is true, and can prove that you have killed poisonous python demon, I think our rock race can lend you the Aohun holy bead for a few days. At that time, the three poison monkey had almost finished all of poisonous python demon's food. Luckily, there was still a set of bones left, otherwise he would have missed this opportunity. Especially that Chang Shaoran's crystal emperor. He wanted it for sure. Rock Demon Princess, you should be able to appraise the bones of the poisonous python demon, right? Chen Xiang asked. Hearing Chen Xiang's question, Chang Shaoran's heart dropped. Could this be true? We, the rock race, have also killed before. There are corpses of the poisonous python demon. All right. Chen Xiang immediately took out the poisonous python demon skeleton. It was a black skeleton that had been burned by flames. Everyone immediately surrounded to see if this was the real poisonous python demon skeleton. This is the real poisonous python demon. Everyone please do not come closer. It may release poisonous gas. The white rock girl shouted in alarm. After everyone heard this, they immediately fled. Poisonous python demon was killed by Chan Xiang. This little guy, after killing the poisonous python demon, he was actually resting in his room as if nothing had happened. If you had told us earlier, we wouldn't have had to worry for days. No wonder he was able to stay in his room peacefully. I remember he was the last to disembark, because only he himself knew that poisonous python demon had been killed by him. The people on the boat were all sighing with emotion. Chun Xiang looked at Chang Shaoran and laughed. I remember that the young city lord said he would reward me with a crystal emperor. As the son of a great city lord, you will definitely not go back on your words. I shall thank the young city lord first. This kind of young master loved face very much. If he didn't give this to them, people would definitely treat this as a joke for many years. As long as he was alive, this joke wouldn't go extinct. Chang Shaoran's expression was extremely ugly. Young Master Shun, can you give me the poisonous python demon's corpse? In return for my gratitude, I will ask the clan elders to lend you the Aohun holy bead for a few days. Bai Peng said, Of course you can. Because I was betting everything on one throw and used my strongest flame power, I burnt this fellow down to this in one breath. It must be said that the bones of this poisonous python demon is really difficult to burn. Even if it was a fellow in the middle stages of Aoshi Holy Stage, after being burned by me with all my might, he would definitely turn into smoke. Chun Xiang's words made everyone shudder. Just how strong was the flame? Even someone in the middle stages of Aoshi Holy Stage could turn into mist. Using powerful flames to deal with poisonous python demon is indeed a very effective method. The thing she used to store the poisonous python demon right now was specially made. When she touched the corpse, she even wore a black glove. But no one knew what it was made of. Young Master Shin, don't worry. I will definitely do my best to borrow the Aohun holy bead for you. The white Peng girl said as she put the corpse away. I believe in Rock Demon Princess. It's not like some people who are just speaking casually. When Chun Xiang said this, he glanced at Chang Shaoran. This is a crystal emperor. Take it. Xianxia's heart dripped with blood, and threw the Crystal Emperor back to Xianxia. The instant that Xianxia ended up with the Crystal Emperor, Xianxia felt extremely pained. He had gone all out to get that, and now there were actually none left. But when he thought about the two Tao Creation Holy Stone that he had lost, his heart became much more balanced. Young City Lord is indeed a sincere person. Xianxia laughed and cupped his hands towards Xianxia. Xianxia just wanted to cry at this moment. He snorted and walked back into the City Lord's mansion. Xianxia kept the Crystal Emperor well. Although he was not lacking in this thing, he didn't mind having too many. Young Master Shun, after I have distributed the compensation, would you mind joining my rock lodge? Bai Peng said. Very much so. Xianxia laughed. He felt that there was hope for him to uncover the location of the Python demon race's new nest. It was a great honor to be invited by the White Rock Girl for a meal or something like that, causing many to be endlessly jealous, especially those young masters. They were extremely jealous, but the moment Xianxia appeared, he had stolen all their limelight, even though they didn't have any limelight. After Bai Peng Girl finished distributing the items, she invited Xianxia to board her carriage and head towards the De Peng Inn. Rock Demon Princess, you are not willing to tell me the location of your new home. Are you worried that I will marry you after saving your father? I said it already. I don't want you, I only want Aohan Holy Bead. Xianxia said in all seriousness. The White Peng Girl's eyes had a hint of hidden bitterness. She lightly pursed her lips. The person in front of her actually thought so highly of Aohan Holy Bead. I have a name. I'm Peng Profoundfi. Just call me Xianfei. Xianfei. Then can you tell me where Python Demon Race's new nest is? Xianxia did not give up. I already said that I would lend you the Aohan Holy Bead for a few days. Although it is only a few days, I feel that it should be of great use to you. Peng Profoundfi was slightly displeased. How many times have I said it? Python Demon Race is extremely dangerous. I'm not telling you, it's for your own good. Why are you so stubborn? There isn't enough time for a few days. Xianxia curled his lips and said, how about this? I'll look for him myself. If I really can save your father, your bounty will still be redeemed, right? He will definitely be able to fulfill his promise within 100 days. Peng Profoundfi faintly sighed. It's best if you don't go. It's really very dangerous. Xianfei, since you care about me so much, I must save your father even more. Xianxia laughed. I originally only thought that Aohan Holy Bead did not want you. But now I suddenly started to want you. You are truly a nice person, and beautiful. And also have beautiful big wings. Don't be so flirtatious. I have changed my mind. Peng Profoundfi was startled. Her face flushed red, and she could only spit lightly. I knew that you didn't like me. Forget it. I'll save your father. I only want the Aohan Holy Bead. Xianxia said. Young Master Shun, you misunderstand. Peng Profoundfi immediately explained. I just don't want you to be too stubborn about this matter. I will fight for more opportunities in the future to let you come into contact with the Aohan Holy Bead. I can even give you the time I use the Aohan Holy Bead. You better not find the Python Demon Race. Then I must go even more. You are truly a good person. I will definitely bring your father back. Xianxia made a face at Peng Profoundfi. Humph. Peng Profoundfi was a little angry. She snorted and turned her head, ignoring Xianxia. Xianxia, on the other hand, did not mind. This rock demon princess is not bad. Don't give it to me, let's talk. Long Shui laughed. I want her to play with me, her wings must be very fun. Xianxia ignored him as he focused on the beautiful side of Peng Profoundfi's face. Your profile is really pretty. Did you purposely let me see it? Xianxia suddenly said. You're so annoying. Peng Profoundfi frowned and said with hidden bitterness. Then why don't you treat me to a meal? Xianxia laughed. Peng Profoundfi really did not think that after being alone with Xianxia, he would realize that Xianxia was actually a little evil. Back when he was in the City Lord's mansion earlier, Xianxia was still very proper. If you stay like this, I won't let you go. Peng Profoundfi said. All right. Xianxia stuck out his tongue. Xianfei, does your rock race have a grand rock that was poisoned? Can you successfully cure the poison? Xianxiang asked because he had the antidote pill, but he didn't know if the antidote pill could help the golden rocks cure the poison. Furthermore, he was also a little curious about whether the poisonous python demoness were all using the same kind of snake poison. Yes. Why do you ask? After Peng Profoundfi finished speaking, he suddenly thought of something and shouted, "You're poisoned!" Peng Profoundfi's jade face was filled with worry and anxiety. Of course not. Xianxiang immediately waved his hand and laughed. Thank you for your concern. It scared me to death. Peng Profoundfi closed his eyes and let out a light sigh. I just want to see what the symptoms of poisoning are like. Xianxiang said, moreover, I want to study how I can cure the poison. Peng Profoundfi shook his head. The poisoned golden rocks are currently all frozen, sealed in a thick layer of white ice and placed in a hidden, icy secret room. Even I cannot go and see them. The venom of a snake isn't easy to cure. Xianfei, answer me honestly. Do you know where the python demon race is? Xianxiang asked seriously. I only know the general area. I don't know the specifics, but it's better if you give up. I won't tell you. Peng Profoundfi's attitude was extremely resolute. Why don't you bring me to that ice-cold secret room and I'll help the golden rocks inside detoxify their poison. If I can successfully detoxify their poison, you can tell me where the python demon race is. Xianxiang said. You can cure the poison? What method did you use to detoxify the poison? Peng Profoundfi always thought that Xianxiang was very mysterious. Xianxiang was only in the early stages of Aoshi Holy Stage. To be able to defeat someone who had just entered the late stage of Aoshi Holy Stage was already something very hard to understand. Detoxification pill. Xianxiang took out a lush green antidote pill and laughed. This is the antidote pill. How do you want to test it? Peng Profoundfi looked at the antidote in Xianxiang's hands and was a little shocked. You even know how to refine pills. Even in the Aogu Holy City, there weren't many alchemists. They were all treated like treasures by the big powers. Xianxiang took out a heaven-devouring rat, then made the heaven-devouring rat turn into a middle-aged man, and said, if he eats the bones of the poisonous python demon, he should be immediately poisoned. When Peng Profoundfi saw that a mouse had turned into a human, he was shocked. He did not expect Xianxiang to have mastered so many strange techniques. Will he die? Peng Profoundfi was a little worried about the mouse man. Nope, Xianxiang said. As long as you agree, I will immediately test it for you, and then you can bring me to that ice-cold chamber. Although he could use the Aohun holy bead for a few days, he was not satisfied with it. Peng Profoundfi was thinking about the most unusual human she had ever seen. When she was serious, she looked very reliable, but when she wasn't serious, there were some bad. Can you really save my father? Peng Profoundfi asked. Even if I say yes, you still have to believe me. Xianxiang sighed. But you don't believe me. All right, I believe you. However, you must first take the test and let me see if you can really detoxify it. After Peng Profoundfi finished speaking, he asked again, will this little mouse really be okay? Don't worry. Xianxiang laughed. Take out the poisonous python demon's bones. After Peng Profoundfi took out the bone, he controlled the mouse man to eat it. Very quickly, mouse man's skin began to turn black, emitting black qi. Quickly, he's poisoned, and the poison's spreading fast. Seeing that, Peng Profoundfi cried out, if it was slow, he would have to use the icy cold power to freeze it. Xianxiang quickly let the mouse man eat the antidote pill, and he saw that the pure black face of the mouse man had slowly recovered its snow-white color, and the snake poison was slowly being dispelled. Peng Profoundfi watched as mouse man gradually recovered. He was shocked, speechless. Xianxiang patted the mouse man who had returned to normal and smiled. Xianfei, you should believe in me now, right? I can cure this snake poison. Peng Profoundfi was surprised for a while, then nodded. That's fine, and it's so easy. How did you refine your antidote pill? It's even made using the poison in the poisonous python demon's body. It's not that difficult for me. Xianxiang laughed. Then, Can you tell me where Python Demon Race's new nest is now? We'll talk about it when we get to the inn. Xianxia could indeed cure the poison, but she was even more worried for Xianxia's safety. Currently, in the Soul Demon's sacred forest, only Xianxia was able to concoct the poison cleansing pill, which made it even more impossible for Xianxia to take the risk. When we get to the inn, I will get someone to contact the elders of the clan and tell them that you have the antidote pill. Then, I will let them decide whether or not they can take you to the ice-cold chamber to save the other rock. Peng Profoundfi lowered her head and did not dare to look straight into Xianxia's eyes. She had already made her decision. She would absolutely not tell Xianxia about Python Demon Race's new nest. She didn't know why, but she didn't want Xianxia to take the risk either. If Xianxia went, he would be facing the entire Python Demon Race, and Xianxia was only at the early stages of Aoshi Holy Stage. All right. Xianxia seemed to be able to see through Peng Profoundfi's thoughts. Peng Profoundfi did not know how to hide her true feelings, and thus, she could only lower her head and not look at Xianxia. But Xianxia was not worried, because he was determined to do something and he would not give up. He also didn't blame Peng Profoundfi. Peng Profoundfi mainly did this for his own good, not allowing him to take the risk. Peng Profoundfi got off the horse carriage and walked in front, bringing Xianxia into the inn. On the first floor of the inn, there were also quite a few people and soul demoness. They all stared wide-eyed as they watched Peng Profoundfi bringing a man up the stairs. Rock Demon Princess actually brought a man upstairs. Furthermore, that man was not a disciple from a famous clan that they were familiar with, so who exactly was he to actually be so intimate with the Rock Demon Princess? Xianxia followed Peng Profoundfi to the 10th floor of the Rock Inn and entered a guest hall. However, just as Peng Profoundfi entered, she felt that something was wrong and frowned, as though she had met a great enemy. Be careful! Peng Profoundfi saw a black figure jump out from a door and shouted in shock. The black figure was pouncing towards Xianxia at a very fast speed. When Peng Profoundfi saw the black figure, he reacted quickly and quickly stood in front of Xianxia, channeling all of his strength to defend himself. When the black shadow collided with Peng Profoundfi's body, it actually exploded and released a large amount of black mist. Xianxia was also blasted away by the shockwave and smashed into the wall. Xianxia had never expected this to happen. He had thought that this was the Rock's Inn, the Rock's territory was extremely safe, but he never expected that there would be such a danger hidden in the living room of the Rock Demon Princess. Xian Fei! Xianxia bellowed he was fine, because Peng Profoundfi had blocked it for him at the most crucial moment, while Peng Profoundfi had fallen to the ground. Peng Profoundfi's jade face was completely pitch black, and her entire body was covered in black poison and blood. The thing that exploded just now was actually a poisonous python demon, using suicide to kill someone. Xianxia anxiously took out a few poison antidotes and stuffed them into Peng Profoundfi's mouth. Bai Yuyu also came out from Yu Yao Mountain Villa hastily to help treat Peng Profoundfi's injuries. The poison aura around them was spreading, but Xianxia and Bai Yuyu were not afraid. When it exploded, she released her strongest power from her entire body and condensed it into a protective shield that could protect herself well. It's just that the poisonous python demon who blew up was very strong. After self-destructing, she blew up that protective shield. Although it was only a flesh wound, the venom seeped into her body and spread very quickly. Bai Yuyu said, "Fortunately I managed to get the antidote in time. If I had been slower, it would have been too late." Bai Yuyu did not know how he managed to suck away the black-colored poison blood that remained on Peng Profoundfi's body, and let Peng Profoundfi become clean. At this moment, Peng Profoundfi had also woken up. She seemed to know what had just happened and her surroundings were a complete mess, with pieces of the poisonous python demon scattered all over the ground. Bai Yuyu was busy cleaning up the fragments that contained highly toxic poison. "Are you all right?" Seeing that Peng Profoundfi had woken up, Xianxia heaved a sigh of relief. If not for Peng Profoundfi blocking the flying poisonous python demon, he might have been the one to suffer. I'm fine now, who is she?" Peng Profoundfi was curious when he saw Bai Yuyu professionally going to deal with the pieces that had poison on them. I'm his wife. Bai Yu said. The poison in your body has not been completely expelled, so that poisonous python demon is relatively stronger. Therefore, his poison is also very strong. Even though you took a few antidote pills, you can't quickly expel the poison, as the poisonous python demon's poison blood also seeped into your body from your wounds. Peng Profoundfi was very surprised to hear that this woman was actually Xianxia's wife, who was also so proficient in poisons. She had thought that she would be considered to be someone who was very familiar with poisons in the Soul Demon Sacred Forest. Peng Profoundfi suddenly understood why Xianxia had said that as long as Aohun Holy Bead did not want her, she already had a wife. This made Peng Profoundfi secretly feel dejected, and an unspeakable emotion welled up in his heart. Princess, what happened? Do you need us to come in? A sound suddenly came from outside, just when Peng Profoundfi was about to let them in. Bai Yu hurriedly made a hush gesture towards Peng Profoundfi. Then he said softly, "Send them away. Don't let this matter spread by word of it." Peng Profoundfi did not understand Bai Yu's intention, but she nodded her head, as she still did not understand why Xianxia's wife would suddenly appear here. Just now, something went wrong with my training. I'm fine now, Peng Profoundfi shouted. It's good as long as the princess is fine. We'll be leaving now, said the voice outside. After the rock demons outside left, Bai Yu continued to handle her matters and deal with the broken pieces on the ground. What is elder sister's name? Peng Profoundfi asked. Bai Yu, why did you suddenly appear here? Peng Profoundfi asked curiously. Inside my divine sense sea world is a villa, and she lives there with me. Xianxia laughed. She is an expert poison user. The antidote was concocted with her help. Then why don't you tell us what happened here? Peng Profoundfi asked again. She was not clear about Bai Yu's intentions. You're too simple, Bai Yu said as she looked at the hall. There were many pieces of broken bones here, and there was also a large amount of poisonous gas and energy. Get Mei Yao out here. Hurry up and tidy up this place up, Bai Yu said to Xianxia. Just as she finished speaking, Su Mei Yao came over from the Yu Yao mountain villa with a smile, and then his hands released a white flame and eliminated the poison aura floating there. Another girl suddenly appeared, causing Peng Profoundfi to be startled. I am also the wife of this little scoundrel. What's my name? Hello, rock demon princess. Su Mei Yao chuckled. With us here, this little scoundrel will not dare to bully you. I didn't bully her, okay? Xianxia curled his lips. Peng Profoundfi slightly frowned. Her eyes had a hidden bitterness. Xianxia actually had two women. He really was a playboy. Sister Bai, you just said that I'm simple. Does this have anything to do with it? Peng Profoundfi asked. How could such a powerful poisonous python demon be hiding here? It's most likely a collusion between the inside and the outside. Your rock race has a spy. Su Mei Yao said. If word of this gets out, you will definitely be attacked here, and your rock race will definitely lose all face and cause a lot of panic. Bai Yu nodded. So now you have to pretend that nothing happened and not let their plan succeed. Peng Profoundfi was stunned. Her rock race actually had spies who colluded with them. This caused her to be in disbelief and she found it hard to accept. Is this true? Although Peng Profoundfi was simple, she was not stupid. She was just lacking in experience in this area. Because their Depeng was extremely sensitive to these poisonous python demoness, she could immediately feel them the moment she entered the living room. Only then would she be able to react in time. Then what is their purpose? Kill me? She looked at Xianxia, because at that time, the poisonous python demon had pounced towards him. Revenge. Because little scoundrel had just killed a poisonous python demon. And this matter was dressed very quickly, especially for you flying rock-s. Su Mei Yao said. There must have been a Peng who found out about this from the city lord's mansion at that time, and then found out that you invited the little scoundrel to the inn. That Peng bird would have returned to the inn immediately then, and arranged everything. The soul of the poisonous python demon is controlled. That's why he would use such a suicidal method to seek revenge. He self-destructed and killed Xianxia. But he could also poison you to death, killing two birds with one stone. at the same time causing panic. Bai Yuyu said, "But what will your spy get?" Regarding all these schemes and tricks, Peng Profoundfi was indeed naive. "If you die here, the rock race will definitely go all out to suppress the Python demon race, but you just withdrew the bounty," Chen Xiang conjectured. "So, someone purposely let that bounty continue to be used. The ultimate goal is the Aohun Holy Bead. If the bounty continues to be effective and the time is ripe, your father will be saved by a spy. You said before that the Aohun Holy Bead were in your mother's hands, right?" Bai Yuyu said. If the rock race's spies cooperated with the poisonous Python demon well and did indeed manage to get their hands on the Aohun Holy Bead, they would definitely have some sort of agreement. But I gave him a time limit so it can still take effect during the day. If my father can return, then so what if I send the Aohun Holy Bead out? Peng Profoundfi still found it hard to understand. "That's because your father is poisoned, and it's very serious, so we can't bring him back. Otherwise, he will die, and we won't be able to get any Aohun Holy Bead from him. So they need some time to treat your father's poison." Su Meiyao stuck out his tongue. "Of course, this is just our guess. Behind this matter, it will definitely be extremely complicated. Then what do I do now? Who exactly is the rock race's spy?" Peng Profoundfi panicked. She never thought that the clan she trusted in would actually come out. Lend the Aohun Holy Bead to Xianxia first, then let him use it for a few days. After raising his cultivation, head to the Python demon race's new nest to save your father. At that time, Xianxia will be able to obtain the Aohun Holy Bead. Bai Yuyu said, "Now that the Aohun Holy Bead are being watched very carefully, that guy has no way of getting it." Peng Profoundfi already knew that Xianxia wasn't alone. She still had two very beautiful and powerful wives, but she still didn't think that they would be able to save her father. "It's dangerous. Don't go to Python demon race," Peng Profoundfi anxiously said. "We're not just people." Su Meiyao laughed tenderly. "This flower of a radish divine sense sea world is full of women." Xianxia rolled his eyes at her and said, "I'm not forcing my way in. I'll sneak in. Yes, he's the best at this sort of thing. He often peeks at us while we bathe, but none of us will be able to find out about it." Su Meiyao chuckled. "Eh?" After that, Peng Profoundfi looked at Xianxia with extreme vigilance. "Don't listen to her nonsense." Xianxia pinched Su Meiyao's buttocks hard, causing Su Meiyao to scream. Peng Profoundfi scoffed in her heart. These two fellows were actually flirting in front of her. Bai Yuyu was sitting cross-legged in the hall. When Peng Profoundfi saw her, he asked, "What is Sister Bai doing?" "She's collecting the remnant souls here, and then she can obtain the poisonous Python demon's memories. That way we don't need to ask you, but we can also find out where the Python demon race's new nest is." Su Meiyao pinched Peng Profoundfi's gentle and beautiful face. "Girl, you don't have to worry about us. We are experienced in this kind of thing. Especially this little scoundrel, who has a tough life. But, forget it, it's really dangerous." Peng Profoundfi never thought that Bai Yuyu would actually have such a mystical method. She was even more worried. "All right, if this little brat saves your father, then I will have him bring you an Aohun Holy Bead away. I will have you do it for me." Su Meiyao laughed, and began to stroke Peng Profoundfi's beautiful white wings. Xianxia sat on a chair and said, "This is what you want. When the time comes, don't say anything about me kidnapping her or something like that." Bai Yuyu frowned and said, "I have already found Python demon race's new nest, but I am unable to find out who the rock race's spy is." Peng Profoundfi had no other choice now, because the new nest of Python demon race had already been found out by Bai Yuyu. She could only sigh helplessly and look at Su Meiyao and the others with a pleading gaze, telling them not to go. "I'm much better now, let's go back to the rock race. I need to go back and ask my mother if she knows anything," Peng Profoundfi said. Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu returned back to the Yuyao mountain villa, where Xianxia was now much more vigilant than before. He held the 6 realms mirrors in his hands, and was able to block attacks at any time. After Peng Profoundfi brought Xianxia out of the city, he originally wanted to fly with her, But Xianxia took out the Six Realms mirrors and entered the Six Realms mirrors with her, so that she could point fingers. Six Realms mirrors had a very strong defensive power, they could be safer, and they could also be very agile when entering the Soul Demon Sacred Forest. If you fly on it, you'll easily be followed. Su Meiyao came out from the Yu Yao Mountain Villa, scratching Peng Profoundfi's cute nose. It's really him. In the hall that Peng Profoundfi and the others were in earlier, there were a few people standing at the Da Peng Inn. She actually left the Ao Holy City unscathed. Just what kind of background does Xianxia, who was with her, have? One of the middle-aged men smashed the chair and said angrily, "Poisonous python demon is dead, but the two of them are still alive. Not only was it fine, there was not even a trace of poison here. It was just that the place had been thrown into disarray from the explosion. We've already investigated him, and we don't know who he is at all." The Crown Prince of Man Country met Xianxia inside the Soul Demon Sacred Forest and then brought him back to the Imperial Palace. No one had heard of him before, nor was they able to tell that his battle skill came from any force. One of them said, "After leaving the city, Peng Profoundfi originally wanted to fly, but he was stopped by him. With his fastest speed, he ran into the forest and lost him. This person is very vigilant. He is not an ordinary young master. He is very shrewd." The middle-aged man said, "Peng Profoundfi should be bringing him back to the rock race. I'm going to take a look." Inside the Six Realms mirrors, Peng Profoundfi looked at the light screen on the wall. Upon hearing the middle-aged man's words, his face was filled with shock. "It's actually him." Peng Profoundfi took a deep breath. "Who is this guy?" Xianxia left a mouse containing counter-power in the living room. Then he released the counter-power to allow the Six Realms mirrors to hide, returning to the vicinity of the Da Peng Inn, so he could see everything inside. "My uncle. They are both the elders of the rock race, and both he and my father are the youngest elders. The Aohun Holy Bead was acquired by my father by chance, but my father was very generous, and let the clan's descendants and elders take turns to use it." Peng Profoundfi said, "Once, when it was my uncle's turn to use it, I let him use it for 3 years, but it took him 5 years to return it. My father was furious, and said that he would never be allowed to use it again. However, my uncle didn't get angry. Instead, he took the initiative to apologize. My father's heart softened, and he continued to give the medicine to my uncle." Peng Profoundfi sighed. "Maybe I am holding a grudge because of this matter. I never thought that my uncle would actually be such a person. He has always taken care of me, and the new nest in Python Demon Race was also discovered by him." Bai Yuyu and Su Meiyao were currently in a room inside the Six Realms mirrors. They exchanged glances with Xianxia, and the three of them seemed to have reached a mutual understanding, as if they had thought of something. "What kind of benefits can the patriarch of your rock race enjoy?" Bai Yuyu asked. "There is a divine spring in the birthplace of the rock race. The patriarch can stay and cultivate in a cave." Peng Profoundfi said. She was curious why Bai Yuyu was asking her this. "Is your clan leader very old?" Su Meiyao asked again. Peng Profoundfi nodded his head. "The rock race was established by the patriarch. He is very old now, and said that he wanted to try and see if he could fly out of the Soul Demon Sacred Forest. If your father is here, it's most likely your father who has come to be the clan leader. This way, your uncle won't have a chance to become the next clan leader." Xianxia curled his lips. "It's a very simple conspiracy. Your uncle is just a patriarch. He enjoys the divine spring and only shares the Aohun Holy Bead. That's why he colluded with the Python Demon Race." "Damn it!" Peng Profoundfi was extremely furious as he frowned. "So you're saying the reason my father was captured by the Python Demon Race was also because of uncle? This was very obvious. He told you about the Python Demon Race's new nest because he wanted you to spread the news and send more people to their deaths. This is equivalent to feeding the poisonous Python Demon. But you suddenly announced the cancellation of the bounty, which would cause the Python Demon Race to lose food, so he's very angry." Xianxia said, "That's why he wanted to kill you and let your mother continue to issue this bounty." Xianxia had already controlled the Six Realms mirrors, and was swiftly flying in the Soul Demon Sacred Forest. Although the speed of the flying was low, it was very fast and also very nimble. Your uncle said just now that he wanted to return to the rock race. He probably wanted to intervene and prevent Xianxia from borrowing the Aohun holy bead. Bai Yuyu said, so, at that time, Xianxia will not reveal himself. Xian Fei, you tell the clan yourself. If you want to use Aohun holy bead, that's enough. Then how can I give it to Xianxia to use? If you obtain a Aohun holy bead, you must stay in a secret room in our clan and not wander around. Peng Profoundfi naturally also thought about the reason his uncle had returned to the rock race. Xianxia immediately turned into a small squirrel, and Su Meiyao immediately smiled as he pinched Xianxia. This guy is Xianxia. Su Meiyao laughed. You bringing this little thing back shouldn't be suspicious, right? Xianxia was originally a squirrel. Peng Profoundfi was very surprised. And then he played with the cute little squirrel. Yes, a very lustful squirrel. Su Meiyao chuckled. Really? I thought Xianxia was a human. Peng Profoundfi still couldn't believe it. I am human, Xianxia shouted. Peng Profoundfi only felt the squirrel release a bit of its power, causing her to have no choice but to let go. The squirrel flashed and transformed back into Xianxia. This is just me using the avatar technique. I can change a lot of things. To prove it, Xianxia changed many small animals, opening Peng Profoundfi's eyes wide. You guys are very unlike the people of Soul Demon Sacred Forest. You guys have mastered many techniques that I have never heard of before. Peng Profoundfi said, surprised by the 6 realms mirrors. I will tell you about your little sister from now on. Su Meiyao laughed. Don't worry. At that time I won't let this little scoundrel bully you. Peng Profoundfi did not know why, but she suddenly looked forward to being with Su Meiyao and the others. She felt that when the time came, she would know some interesting things, and maybe even learn some things. The 6 realms mirrors flew for more than 10 days before finally arriving outside the holy city of Depeng. Xianxia and Peng Profoundfi walked out of the 6 realms mirrors, and then Xianxia turned into a very small white squirrel, hiding within the white wings on Peng Profoundfi's back. Peng Profoundfi met the spy at the entrance of Depeng Holy City. This uncle's name was Peng Kunyo. He was a tall, middle-aged man, and when he saw Peng Profoundfi was alone, he was surprised that Xianxia did not follow him, but this also made him feel a lot more at ease. Peng Kunyo was a little worried that Xianxia would get his hands on the Aohun holy bead, because the relationship between Xianxia and Peng Profoundfi had developed very quickly. Xian Fei, you must be very tired on the way. Welcome home. Peng Kunyo's face was filled with a gentle smile. After Peng Profoundfi found out about Peng Kunyo's conspiracy, he was extremely wary of his uncle. Uncle, you always knew I was coming back. Peng Profoundfi smiled sweetly. I gained quite a bit from going to the Aogu holy city, and obtained a piece of poisonous python demon's corpse. I need to rush to hand it over to the elders. I heard about it too. I'll go with you. Then he stuck his head out of the window and signaled to the few people inside, probably to let them see the city gate. If Xianxia arrived, they must stop Xianxia from entering the city. This was what he had promised these people. However, what he did not know was that Xianxia was riding on the carriage and hiding behind the white wings on his back. Peng Kunyo was very curious as to why Xianxia wasn't with Peng Profoundfi. They should have been together, so where did Xianxia go? Peng Kunyo had seen Xianxia's methods at the entrance of the city lord's mansion that day and knew that Xianxia was an extremely cunning guy. Xian Fei, I heard that you want to lend the Aohun holy bead to that young man called Xianxia. But you should be clear that if you want to use the Aohun holy bead, you must be at Rock Palace. Peng Kunyo could not suppress the curiosity in his heart, and asked. He suddenly has something on, so he'll have to wait a while before coming to find me. When the time comes, I have already promised him that I will let him use the Aohun holy bead. He may not come until a few months have passed, and I will be waiting for him at Rock Palace. Peng Profoundfi chuckled. Xianxia is pretty amazing. He can kill a poisonous python demon at such a young age. Indeed, Peng Kunyo nodded his head. He would be here in a few months, which made him heave a sigh of relief, because these few months were enough for him to arrange many things. The Rock Palace was as big as the Centaur Imperial Palace. It was even more luxurious than the Centaur Imperial Palace. Uncle, I need to go back to my room first to change my clothes. It's not good for me to see the elders and the chief like this. Peng Profoundfi said. Actually, you don't have to be in such a rush. You should return to your room to rest after coming all these days to work. Peng Kunyo laughed. Let's meet with the patriarchs again tomorrow. Although this place was called Rock Palace, the Depeng demon clan did not call the clan leader emperor. This would allow the clan members to be more intimate with each other, unlike the Centaur Imperial Palace. When Peng Profoundfi returned to his room, he let Xianxia out. You stay here first. I'll go see the chief and the others. You must not run around. Peng Profoundfi did not directly go to see the patriarch because she was worried that the patriarch and the elders would discover Xianxia's presence. So she went back to her room to let Xianxia out. All right, go and quickly come back. Xianxia laughed. I'll be very scared when I'm here alone. Peng Profoundfi pouted. Don't touch my things. I'll be back soon. This was Peng Profoundfi's room. She was more worried that a man would randomly rummage through her things. After Peng Profoundfi left, Xianxia laid on the soft bed and waited for Peng Profoundfi to return. After 2 hours, Peng Profoundfi returned. Why are you sleeping in my bed so casually? Peng Profoundfi said softly. Hurry up and become a squirrel, and come with me to the secret room to use your Aohun holy bead. Xianxia jumped up from the bed and asked, Did you borrow the Aohun holy bead? They agreed to let me use the sky. Peng Profoundfi nodded. Isn't this your father's thing? Why do you need their permission to use it? Xianxia found this hard to understand. Because when my father handed the Aohun holy bead over to the patriarch, he made a rule that even if my father used it, he would have to get the approval of the elders. This was mainly for fairness. Peng Profoundfi said, Only using the heavens should bring about a significant increase in your strength. Where is the Aohun holy bead? I want to see. Xianxia was already very curious. In that secret room. Peng Profoundfi said, You can only use the Aohun holy bead in that secret room. You cannot bring it out. All right. Xianxia's squirrel became smaller, hiding on top of Peng Profoundfi's wings. Peng Profoundfi led Xianxia and walked around the Rock Palace. The Rock Palace was very big and the secret room was very secretive. There were 2 golden-winged, bird-faced old men guarding the door to the secret room. Xianfei used the Aohun holy bead sky. You must come out in the next day. An old man said sternly, and then he opened the door and let Peng Profoundfi in. The Aohun holy bead was obtained by Peng Profoundfi's father, so Peng Profoundfi used it more often. The people in the rock race didn't have any objections. After all, Peng Profoundfi's father was very selfless. Otherwise, no one would be able to use it. The 2 old men guarding the door did not check on Peng Profoundfi and let him in. It was obvious that they trusted Peng Profoundfi a lot. After entering, Xianxia saw a golden bead at the center of the secret room. It was the size of a fist and released a faint golden light. The private room was tightly shut. If anyone inside used Aohun holy beads, then no one outside was allowed to come in, or else they would be killed. That was why Peng Profoundfi was able to bring Xianxia here with ease. As long as you place your hands on the Aohun holy bead, you can use the Aohun holy beads to absorb the world-defying stage Fierce Soul of higher-level world-defying stage Soul River. Furthermore, you can directly absorb the soul power released by the Madness Soul and use it to strengthen the world-defying Holy Soul in your own body. Peng Profoundfi said. After Xianxia changed back into his human form, he said, Will the 2 old men outside really come in? That won't happen. This secret chamber is extremely sealed. Even if a huge explosion occurs here, it won't alarm the outside world. Peng Profoundfi said, You can start now, it's only the heavens. Su Meiyao said that she wanted to accompany Peng Profoundfi. After all, it was very boring for her to spend the night here. Seeing Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu coming out, Peng Profoundfi was very happy. I'm going to go train. You guys take your time. Xianxia arrived beside the Aohun Holy Bead and released Time Domain to cover himself and the Aohun Holy Bead. After the Time Domain covered Xianxia, it looked like it was covered by a water barrier with undulating patterns. What is he doing? When Peng Profoundfi saw it, he became a little anxious. She was worried that Xianxia would mess with the Aohun Holy Bead. It's alright, he used the power of time. This will allow him to gain more time to cultivate. Bai Yuyu said, Your rock race is really stingy. Aohun Holy Bead is your father's, but he only allows you to use it in the sky. Su Meiyao snorted. Does anyone usually use Aohun Holy Bead? It doesn't matter if it's used for a few more days. The elders said that I don't need any charge right now, so I can't use it for a long time. They said that using transition isn't very good for me, but every time I use it, they will never refuse. Peng Profoundfi said, Compared to the other great Peng in the clan, I can be considered to be not bad. People my age can only be occasionally rewarded and used today. Su Meiyao coldly snorted. They are just spouting bullshit. I think normally it's those old fellows who use it. Those selfish people. Now that your father is not around, maybe all of them want to keep the Aohun Holy Bead for themselves. Peng Profoundfi shook her head. She looked at Xianxia and asked, What is Xianxia's power of time used for? How much time can we buy him? I wonder how many layers of time domain he used. I forgot to ask him. Su Meiyao said. But if it's just for a few days, he'll try his best to buy as much time as he can. Peng Profoundfi frowned as she thought about what Su Meiyao had said. She did not know what he meant, and her face was filled with doubt. How much is that? Peng Profoundfi asked softly. She felt that Xianxia and Su Meiyao were extremely mysterious, had many strange methods that she had never seen before. More than 200 years, Bai Yuyu said. Peng Profoundfi thought she had misheard. She was shocked for a moment and asked, What? More than 200 years. If he uses triple time field, he would be inside for 70-odd years the day we are outside. Su Meiyao said while laughing. If he succeeded, it would be more than 200 years. He had used Aohun Holy Bead for more than 200 years, which made Peng Profoundfi unable to imagine it. She had thought that Xianxia would be able to win over 2 or 3 days, but it had actually been more than 200 years. If he were to continuously use Aohun Holy Bead for 200 years, how far would he be able to improve? Peng Profoundfi did not think about it further, because their clan had never used it this way. At most, it would only last 10 years. Peng Profoundfi now understood why Xianxia was so confident in dealing with the Python demon race. When Xianxia was using the Aohun Holy Bead, he could directly feel the fourth floor's world-defying stage Soul River. However, there were less world-defying stage Fierce Soul S on it. After absorbing the Soul Force, not only will I need to level up the world-defying Holy Soul, I will also need to strengthen my own body. My body is not strong enough, so I can't control the strong world-defying Holy Soul. Furthermore, Red Fire Dragoness, this guy seems to be very dangerous. Xianxia activated his cultivation technique and desperately absorbed the soul energy, while at the same time he focused on studying the Tao Creation incantation. Right now, he had yet to comprehend the second stage of the Tao Creation's incantation. It would require a lot of power and would affect his ability to cast the triple time field. Right now, he was only researching the first level of the Tao Creation's incantation. He wanted to see how the Tao Creation's incantations could be combined and how strong they would become if they were combined. The Aoshi Holy Stage is really not easy to break through. Cultivating world-defying Holy Soul requires time. Absorbing Soul Force will take a long time. Even eating large amounts of Aohun Holy Dan would not help. Xianxia had only cultivated for a few months, but he already felt that it was extremely difficult to level up. If she wanted to break through, she would need a lot of time. And this was even with the help of Aohun Holy Bead. No wonder Qin Shuang's grandmother was stuck at the peak of Aoshi Holy Stage and couldn't break through even after such a long time. Time flew by. While Xianxia was researching the Tao Creation's incantation, he did not feel the passage of time, but rather, he had cultivated in the time domain for more than 200 years. Also, He had a lot of achievements in studying Tao Creation's incantations. He managed to make the first stage of the Tao Creation's incantation stack up to 4 levels, and his ultimate goal was to reach 9 levels. He would release all 9 of the first level at once, and that would be the strongest level. It's about time. It's time to end this. Xianxia looked at the Aohun holy bead, somewhat reluctant to part with it. This was indeed a pretty good item, but unfortunately he was still unable to obtain it. After Xianxia removed the time domain, they heard Su Meiyao and the others chatting. When they saw that Xianxia had finished, they stood up and walked over. "How is it? What cultivation do you have now?" Su Meiyao asked. "At the peak of the middle stage of Aoshi Holy Stage, if you give me a few more days' time, I should be able to step into the late stage." Xianxia laughed. In just 3 days he could improve so quickly. If Peng Profoundfi hadn't seen it with her own eyes, she definitely wouldn't dare believe it. "I have only just entered the late stage of Aoshi Holy Stage. It won't be long before you catch up to me." Peng Profoundfi looked at the Aohun holy bead. There were no changes at all, and she was a lot more relieved. Previously, she was a little worried that if Xianxia used it for too long, it would affect the Aohun holy bead. "Now we can go find Python Demon Race." Su Meiyao looked at the Aohun holy bead and laughed. "As long as we can save your father, then we can still obtain the Aohun holy bead and the beautiful rock demon princess." Peng Profoundfi blushed. If Xianxia really saved her father, then she must not go back on her words. Although she was a little reluctant to leave Rock Race, she felt that being with Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu was not bad. "Let's go out now. It's almost time," Peng Profoundfi said. When Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu returned to the Yu Yao Mountain Villa, Xianxia had turned into a squirrel and hid inside Peng Profoundfi's wings. After that, Peng Profoundfi went to open the stone door of the secret room. They only let Peng Profoundfi leave after they had no problems with going to the top of the Aohun holy bead. "I pretended to walk around, and then I walked out of Rock Palace." Peng Profoundfi sent a sound transmission to Xianxia. She did not understand this before. It was what Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu had taught her. "All right, don't worry. We will definitely bring your father back," Xianxia said. I believe you. But you must be careful and come back." Before, Peng Profoundfi was only worried about Xianxia, but now he had to worry about Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu. These 2 beautiful big sisters had treated her very well. She didn't want anything to happen to them. Xianxia walked out of the Rock Palace, and then hurriedly left the holy city of Depeng City. He wanted to use the fastest time possible to go to the Python Demon Race, because just by staying there for 1 more day, Peng Profoundfi's father would be in danger. He also didn't wish for anything to happen to Peng Profoundfi's father. Python Demon Race's new nest is pretty close to the Rock Race. We should be able to reach it in about 7 days. Bai Yuyu said, "If it's the Rock, could probably arrive in 4 or 5 days. I wonder if they had ulterior motives behind bringing their new nest so close to the Rock Race." Xianxia had already left the city and entered the 6 realms mirrors S. He let them fly in the air and traveled through the forest filled with giant trees. Maybe Python Demon Race thinks that Peng Kunyo has the victory in his grasp, that he can control the entire Rock Race in the future, and then Python Demon Race would need the help of Depeng to make these poisonous Python Demoness descend upon the various large cities and occupy them. Su Meiyao said, "Even though that fellow from the Soul Demon Sacred Forest is powerful, this is a relatively young world. He doesn't have sufficient knowledge regarding poisons, formations, and pills, so it's hard to defend against the attacks of the poisonous Python Demon. If it's really like this, then it won't be long before all of Soul Demon Sacred Forest S belong to poisonous Python Demon." Bai Yuyu said, "You must stop these fellows." The Rock Race must have already known that the Python Demon Race was close to them, but he didn't know what they were thinking right now. "I forgot to ask Xian Fei if she talked to her mother about these things." Xianxia said, "Her mother might know something. We didn't ask. She just came back and didn't go look for her mother either. Maybe she went right now. She should be safer in Rock Palace," Su Meiyao said. "Hard to say." Xianxia shook his head. "I don't know whether to leave her in the Rock Palace or not." Peng Profoundfi had been killed by his uncle Peng Kunyo previously, but he did not succeed. Although there were many powerful elders in the Rock Palace, Peng Kunyo was also an elder, so he had many opportunities to fight. When they suddenly thought about this matter, Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu became silent. They felt that they had not thought through it carefully enough and had neglected this kind of thing. Hurry back, Bai Yuyu said. It would be better to bring Xian Fei with you. Xianxia immediately controlled the 6 realms mirrors and returned to the holy city of Depeng City. Although Rock Palace had a barrier, this kind of backwater barrier was not too difficult for Xianxia. He used the time and space power and very easily entered it. Arriving at the door of Peng Profoundfi's room, Xianxia looked around. After making sure that there was no one around, he lightly opened the door and entered. If Peng Profoundfi was not inside, he could also wait for Peng Profoundfi to come in and then bring Peng Profoundfi away. Just as Xianxia was opening the door, he smelled a poisonous gas. His face immediately changed and rushed in. He saw Peng Profoundfi lying on the bed, his face dark. She was poisoned. The poisonous python demon's poison was definitely done by Peng Kunyo. Xianxia's heart was raging. He anxiously took out the detoxification pill and fed it to Peng Profoundfi. Then let Bai Yuyu come out and remove the poison mist. Xianxia sent Peng Profoundfi inside the Yu Yao mountain villa. After checking the room, he found some black granules. A poisonous pill. After the poison pill was brought in and exploded, releasing the poison gas, Peng Kunyo is really malicious. Bai Yuyu said, gritting her teeth in anger. Fortunately, Xianxia had returned in time, otherwise he would be in danger. Although the poison aura was extracted and refined from poisonous python demon's body, it was too clumsy. The poison aura was only a chronic gas that was unable to cause a person to die in a short period of time. Peng Profoundfi was still not deeply poisoned, so she woke up inside Yu Yao mountain villa. When she opened her eyes and saw Su Meiyao, she immediately became relieved. Other than Su Meiyao, there was also Long Shui, the little girl Fengkur who had transparent wings, and then there were Qin Shuang, the Meijing sisters, and Jiang Lizi, the 3 young girl Danling S. All of them were beauties of varying sizes. Su Meiyao smiled sweetly as she introduced the girls to Peng Profoundfi, telling him that she was in Yu Yao mountain villa. After Bai Yuyu finished handling the poison aura, he entered the Yu Yao mountain villa. Xian Fei, this was done by your uncle, right? Do you want us to kill him here? Bai Yuyu said. If Xianxia were to use 3 poison monkeys, he still had a certain amount of confidence. He's not in the Rock Palace right now, so he must have sent someone to attack. I really didn't expect that he would actually dare to attack in the Rock Palace. When Peng Profoundfi thought back, he felt fear. Don't worry. There will definitely be a chance to kill him. Xianxia said, Xian Fei, say hello to the elders in your clan that you are about to leave for a period of time. It is very dangerous for you to not be able to stay in the Rock Palace. Su Meiyao said, yeah, come with us. Peng Profoundfi could only nod her head in agreement. She would go with Xianxia to find the Python demon race, and if necessary, she would give a helping hand. All right. Peng Profoundfi was much better now. She had just came out from Yu Yao mountain villa. Just like before, Xianxia turned into a squirrel and hid on her wings. Peng Profoundfi was extremely curious as to how Xianxia had managed to enter the Rock Palace. She asked Xianxia through sound transmission, and Xianxia simply told her that although he did not really understand, Peng Profoundfi felt that Xianxia was very formidable, capable of entering their heavily guarded Rock Palace easily. In Xianxia's eyes, the Rock Palace was not strict at all. If he needed it, he could quietly stir the entire Rock Palace into a mess. Peng Profoundfi went to find the Patriarch, and told him that she would be going to the Ao Holy City for a period of time. If there was anything he needed, he could go to the Ao Holy City to find her. This way, Peng Kunyo would not think that Peng Profoundfi had already died. There was a failure once, and he did not know what Peng Kunyo was feeling. Peng Kunyo thought that he had to obtain it this time, but when he found out about this from a hotel, he who was originally drinking immediately broke the wine cup in his hand. Peng Profoundfi has already left the city, the person who came to report the news said. Just as he finished speaking, Peng Kunyo immediately roared out, "Hurry up and chase after him. You must arrest her and bring her to me. This time, I will kill her with my own hands." Peng Profoundfi was already in Xianxiang's Yu Yao mountain villa. Xianxiang's 6 realms mirrors was flying inside the Soul Demon Sacred Forest, heading towards the region of the Python demon race. "Xianfei, is your mother in danger?" Su Meiyao asked. "My mother is not weak, and she has been in closed-door training all year round. She should be fine," Peng Profoundfi said. "Although Peng Kunyo is strong, he won't be able to easily deal with my mother." But now, Peng Profoundfi had directly called her uncle's name. It could be seen that she already hated Peng Kunyo to the bones and wanted to kill her over and over again. Peng Profoundfi had a lot of fun with Feng Kuo and the others inside the Yuyao mountain villa, and could even learn a lot of things. Only now did she know that Xianxiang was an extremely powerful alchemist, and Su Meiyao was the same. The existence of a pill spirit also surprised her. She didn't need to concoct any medicinal pills to concoct one. The various wonders of the Yu Yao mountain villa caused Peng Profoundfi to widen his horizons. Long Shui and Feng Kuo liked to play the most, especially when they saw that Peng Profoundfi had a pair of beautiful snow-white wings that wrapped around Peng Profoundfi, allowing him to carry her and fly around. Feng Kuo also had wings of his own, but he also wanted Peng Profoundfi to bring her flying, so they didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Several days had passed and Xianxiang had already entered the area of the Python demon race. The inside of the Yu Yao mountain villa had also quieted down because Xianxiang had entered the dangerous area, so he might need their help at any time. "There will be many traps. I wonder if the 6 realms mirrors will trigger them," Bai Yuyu said. She had the memories of a poisonous python demon and knew that there were many traps. The 6 realms mirrors was already invisible and had no aura. Furthermore, it was still suspended in the air, but these traps were definitely designed for the rock race because it could flap its wings and fly when it was in human form. After the 6 realms mirrors entered this area, it slowly flew around without making a sound. After flying for a few hours, Xianxiang suddenly realized that there was something hiding on top of a big tree. He looked carefully and realized that it was a poisonous python demon hiding inside a tree cave. "These guys are waiting for someone to step into the trap and check it out." Bai Yuyu had already come out of Yu Yao mountain villa. "Only one. Do you want to kill him and then use the soul-absorbing devil spell on him?" Xianxiang said. "Most of the people sent here are weak." Xianxiang was right under that tree, and he did not go up to kill the poisonous python demon yet. Slant. "Don't do anything for now. These poisonous python demon might be related. If one of them dies, they might alert us. At that time, it would be disadvantageous to us. You must remember, you are here to infiltrate, you must not be discovered." Bai Yuyu said, "The trap here shouldn't be a threat to you. As long as you are careful, you should be able to find it easily." After that, Bai Yuyu told Xianxiang about the types of traps, telling him to pay attention to the possible traps. Xianxiang had thought that it would be safer to kill the poisonous python demon hiding on the tree and search their memories. However, there might be some special power within these poisonous python demons that allowed them to connect. It might alarm the higher-ups of the python demon race, and at that time it would be detrimental to his following actions. These traps are set up very cleverly. These poisonous python demon are really smart. Xianxiang had almost realized it a few times. If he stepped on them, he would have to trigger those traps, and the poisonous python demon hiding here would immediately come over. Bai Yuyu knew where the python demon race was hiding, but he wasn't there yet. The python demon race's snake nest was hidden deep underground, but they had set up many traps in a large area on the ground, mainly to hunt for food. Right now, we don't know where Xianfei's father is hiding either. "Sister Yuyu, does the memory you devoured have anything to do with this?" Xianxiang asked. He carefully walked to the top of the snake nest on the ground. "I don't know. You'll still have to sneak into the nest of snakes. We'll think of something when the time comes. Anyway, these little shrimps outside would definitely not know about such an important matter," Bai Yuyu said. Su Meiyao had already refined many antidote pills in the Yu Yao mountain villa, and Peng Profoundfi's father was currently poisoned. At that time, he would definitely need many antidote pills to completely cure him, and making sufficient preparations would not be a bad thing. After half a day, Xianxia arrived at the depths of this area. On the way, he met dozens of poisonous python demon, and there were even more of different traps. If he was not extremely careful, he would have been tortured to death by the traps. "Do you see a hill?" Yu said. "I saw it, but there's no cave or anything like that, and no poisonous python demon is guarding it." Xianxia had seen it just now, that the small mountain was right beside the few large trees. The entrance is not in the hill is just a sign. The true entrance is a big tree next to it. If you look carefully, you will see a very thick tree here. Yu said, "The trunk needs at least 10 people to be able to be carried." "I saw it." Xianxia looked carefully. Actually, there were a lot of these huge trees here, it was just that the tree was right beside the small mountain, otherwise no one would pay attention to it. The entrance is on top of the big tree. If you go over, you will definitely see poisonous python demon guarding it. Yu said, "Poisonous python demon is not proficient in array formations at all, and they did not invite humans to set it up either. That's why they hid it deep underground." Xianxia understood what he meant. It was that Xianxia did not need to enter through the hole in the tree. When Xianxia got closer, sure enough he saw a big tree hole on the crown of the big tree. If you enter from there, you will be easily discovered, and you will not be safe. Drill down from here? Digging was not a difficult task for Xianxia. He had to make himself smaller so that he wouldn't have to dig too big of a hole in the ground. It was definitely a huge underground palace, and there was no need to dig from where the entrance was. Although Xianxia had already made a breakthrough, his strength was limited, so he had to secretly infiltrate the Python Demon Earth Palace to rescue Peng Profoundfi's father. This was the best method. If he were to forcefully attack, he didn't have the strength to do so. After Xianxia dug for a few hours, he finally came into contact with something very sturdy. It should be a rock that was used to build the underground palace, which meant that there was an underground palace down below. It's pretty deep. With a teleportation, Xianxia entered the Python Demon Earth Palace. He appeared in a passage. It was extremely dark. I don't think these poisonous Python demon need to be closed. Although it was a dark environment, Xianxia could still feel things. Using the Dao Heart Eye, he could already see the energy fluctuations around him, and now he could clearly see the movement of the purplish-black energy. Yu was not familiar with the terrain down there, so he could only let Xianxia figure it out for himself. After Xianxia became invisible, it was difficult to be discovered, so it didn't matter if he walked around, as long as he didn't touch those poisonous Python Demoness. The passage inside the Python Demon Earth Palace was complicated. It was a mess, and if Xianxia didn't have a good memory, he would have been knocked unconscious and lost his way. "I should be approaching the center," Xianxia said in his heart. Generally speaking, the center should be the most important place. I wonder if Xianfei's father is being locked up there. Xianxia walked carefully in the pitch-black tunnel. After thinking about many things, a light suddenly lit up in the tunnel. The light came from the front, and 2 poisonous python demoness were walking over. As the 2 poisonous python demon walked, they pressed pieces of glowing stone into the holes on the wall. No one knew why they suddenly inserted glowing stone into the walls to illuminate the passage. I wonder what kind of important guest it is that allowed us to light up the passageway. He's definitely not from our python demon race. He should be from another demon clan. What is his background? It's so mysterious. The 2 poisonous python demon-s discussed in a low voice. It was very obvious that the sole demon-s of the other clans were none other than this fellow Peng Kunyo. What is this fellow doing here? Seems like it should be around here. Xianxia carefully avoided the 2 poisonous python demon-s and then walked along the bright tunnel. He wasn't noticed when he brushed past the 2 poisonous python demon-s just now, but now he felt more at ease. As Xianxia used the Dao Heart Eye, he saw a very eye-piercing ball of lightning appear and slowly move. This guy is not from Python Demon race. He should be the so-called esteemed guest. Xianxia quickly walked over. Sure enough, he saw Peng Kunyo and a few old poisonous Python demon chatting and walking over at a fork in the road. Those few old poisonous Python demon-s were all very strong, and this scared Xianxia so much that his heart started to beat faster. They didn't notice Xianxia, mainly because his counterpower was too powerful. Quietly, as long as Xianxia didn't release any of his abilities' aura, it would be difficult for them to discover him. Follow him, Bai Yu whispered to Xianxia. I know. Xianxia quietly followed. At this time, Peng Kunyo suddenly said something that Xianxia was very concerned about. 3 elders? When will you be able to cure Peng Guchuan's poison at the fastest time?